Hey everyone, this is now a review of the Huawei RoboSapien RS Media. The last RoboSapien in the in Huawei. He's 2006 robot. RoboSapien V2 is 2005. Well, they're similar. They look alike. So you might be wondering what's the difference between him. Well, already you can see that he has a screen and a microphone on there. Well, you're saying, so what does that have to do with anything? Well, I'll show you and stuff. But first I'll give you a look at the basics. Again, just like it had to do with V2. Again, this is a video camera, or just camera for taking pictures or taking video. Yes, he records and takes pictures. This is his IR sensor for remote control. These two are his vision sensors that allow him to track his ears on both sides. The LCD screen, microphone for voice recording, but it's only like a 5 or 6 second record, not too much, but it also hears when you video record as well. The buttons in media mode, it makes it scroll down or something, skip. You can play music on him, this will stop it or something, skip it. Play, pause, and skip for music as well. This is the SD card slot. Oop, I need the SD card. It can only be 1 gigabyte. That's as much as you can hold. But you can get as many cards as you want. It's actually a lot. It can hold every single personality on this card. I have every personality pretty much on there. Oops, that's supposed to be this USB for when you're programming them. But it's better to program him from the SD card because it's easier. You just stick it in the computer, get the RS Media suite, and program him. He has a software. You can make your own personality for him. You can make macros for him to do, like walk around and take pictures. I'll show you him in action. I'm just showing you SpaceX line in for MP3 players and iPods, anything with a line. So he can play speakers through his hands, both hands, and the woofer in his back. That's the power switch. Oops. But yeah, you can make your own personality. There's 2 different RS Media suites. There's the CD disc that comes with it, or the downloading software from the Robo community or the website, Huawei website. But I personally think the CD disc will be better, even though I've never tried it. I've never had an RS Media that came with the disc. But I'm pretty sure it's better. The suite from the sites are just too slow and they don't work very well. They constantly shut down on you and stuff, but I can show you how to make a personality when I have time. But I don't know how. I won't be able to show you how to make a macro because I've never have before. I can show you how to make a bodycon, but that's just about it. He has buttons on here for obstacle detection and free roam mode. 6D batteries and 4 AA's. Remote takes 3 AA's. Just like V2, I use chargeables though, and I'll power them on and show you them. This is the second batch. The first batch of RS Medias didn't have a loading sign on them.
Come on, kill me already! By the way, my name's Bender. I'm Bender.
So as you can see, that's not a normal personality. I mean, That's the personality.
You okay, Bender?
None of your business. Get off my back.
As you can see, that's a personality that I made for him. I'm gonna go to his default personality.
Lick my frozen metal and... I'm dying. I need mouth-to-ass resuscitation. I'm on it.
I am Wowie Robotics Model RX Control Mode.
I'll show you all his personalities, little clips of them, just a minute.
I am Wowie Robotics Model RS Media, completely customizable robot media center. If you don't like the way I'm programmed, please redefine my personality.
So yes, that's his basic personality. He comes with 4 personalities, but that depends on which version you have. There's 2 versions of Virus Media, there's 2 versions of Billy Joe Sapien, 2 versions of Servicebot, and 2 versions of Spacebot. So that depends on...
disturbance detected.
So that depends on which generation RS Media you have, depending on what they're going to be. They are different. They're different voice, different scenes, so yeah. So there's
You smell something.
2 of each character. So, here's his remote. It's much different than the RoboSapien V2 remote. Yeah, it looks like it has less buttons, but it has a mode button that switches from 3 different modes that organizes his categories of what he can do. This right here controls his walking, and this controls his moving. Like, unlike V2, he can't do all these. He can only do these basic 4. He can't go backwards right and backwards left and forward left and forward right, you know. He doesn't do that. He goes forward.
Look out!
Oh, yep, and obstacle detection. He's autonomous when you click that. Backs up, can turn around.
Stop!
And when you press forward, by selecting the select button, that'll change the way he walks. See, now he's doing a boogie walk. If you press it again, that changes a different walk. See, this time he's moving his body, not his hands. Press it again, that's back to normal. But if you double click the forward button, he starts running. See?
Obstacle detected.
So yeah, he has 4 different kinds of walks.
Action cancelled.
He only uses 3 of them in autonomous mode, though. In autonomous mode, he'll say 1 out of 8 sayings every time he walks, and he has 2 sayings for when he backs up. You can program your own sayings you want him to say in free roam. You can program them. It's an old toy. It's definitely outdated now because now we have iPods. This is computer programmable. It is a little advanced. The hardest part is finding the correct software, the right site that has all those sound files you want in there. Like, I've been trying to find a software that allows you to record your voice to make your personality from the computer and then put it into RS Media. Right? But his software is so picky that the files on all of those just don't work. That's why I'm gonna try and get the CD disc to see if it's different, because yeah, I gotta try it. You can also program puppet mode when you touch his feet as well, just like V2. But this time, when he's in autonomous mode, if he has puppet mode, it actually doesn't exit like he does. It'll keep going. So yeah, so he's got...
Stopped.
He's got over 200. Well, they say that he's got 250 sayings. He doesn't say all 250 sayings. Some of them, Wowie didn't even make them say. Normally, only 150 sayings stand out to RS Media, to his basic functions. But being able to make your own personality, that means you can make as much sayings as you possibly want. Shifting R and using this control panel will will let him bulldozer or kick. If you press this button, he's gonna kick his left foot. So yeah. And then of course there's bulldozer.
Clear the way! Clear the way! Clear the way! Clear the way!
And then there's bulldozer backwards.
Clear the way! Clear the way! Clear the way! Clear the way!
So yeah. And pressing R in this would just make him go back into standing. If he's laying down, he'd go back into standing position. Well, he'd do that with any button you press, just like V2.
Sorry, that action is not possible.
You can mute his voice.
Mute mode engaged.
So that only he can move and not make noise. So if his voice gets on your nerves, you can turn him down. Like if your parents don't like him, but you want to keep using him, you can just mute his voice.
Voice on.
You can just turn it back on. You do that by pressing R and Y. He has guard mode. Same thing as him. If you have sound and vision program mode programmed on, it's not going to do its normal default program. And he's still compatible with 20 actions in his main program mode. But again, if you add sound and motion program mode into main program mode, you can do 60 actions. You can turn his eyes off, sound off. It identifies colors again, same colors as him, no different.
I seem to have lost track of it. Wow!
Like I said, his camera's going to be a lot better than V2 was.
Movement detected.
It tracks. It sometimes
Tracking.
it actually tracks better sometimes too.
Tracking. I seem to have lost track of it. Wow! Movement detected.
Yeah, I guess
I seem to have lost track of
you
it.
can also go into his media mode and change his color setting to the same settings he has, like white colors setting, sunlight setting, and yellow. Yeah, just like all that and stuff. So you can change all those. He's got control mode, arm mode, and media mode. Arm mode, when you use the control panel, it moves his arms, obviously. That's why it's arm mode and stuff. And every action in there controls his arms, like throwing, picking up. That all involves his arms, so that's why they put it in the arm mode. Media mode is where you listen to music, and yeah. Cool thing is he can roam and play music at the same time. That's a cool thing. But you don't want more than 10 songs in him, though. I have done that with all 4 RS Medias, and if I go into the music folder, it won't exit out. It just goes blank, the screen. This is a common problem. If this wasn't a common problem, it wouldn't have done it on all 4 of them, but it did, so I'm just going to say be careful when you put music into it. That might possibly ruin it. That was a fault. So yeah.
That tickles.
Also in puppet mode you can same as V2, in puppet mode you can program them to walk.
Puppet mode playback.
Like in puppet mode, here, let me show you.
Puppet mode.
Look it.
Affirmative.
Pushing both at once
Affirmative. Affirmative.
will make him walk forward. Pushing both and back
Affirmative.
will make him back up. This you can make him kick.
Affirmative.
That'll make him turn right or something. You can make him kick.
Affirmative. Program memory full.
Now, and he'll play it back. So every time
Program stored.
so now every time you hit that
Puppet
foot,
mode playback.
it's gonna do that walking action. You could have made it so it would move its arms, but she's gonna.
Stopped.
So yeah, it's cool. Okay, and yes, I'll show you all their dances as well. Well, I've already showed all their dances, but yeah, RS Media has his dance, obviously. So yeah, you can make as many dances as you want on him. Trust me, the media mode, or the body cons on the Robo RS Media Suite will let you do any song. You can do a real song, like, Katy Perry. You can put a song in there and program it to dance. It's a long process. It takes a long time. It's a software where you really have to be patient. If you're not patient, then that software isn't going to work for you. But because you have to move every part, you have to keep clicking and clicking new poses and stuff. It's a slow progress. It really is slow, and it takes more than, if you wanted to do a certain move at a certain time, you're going to be doing it about 300 times before it's finally finished. Especially on something that long. Because I've added dances, and it's pretty crazy. Yeah, you can make as many dances as you want. No, every personality you can have 12 free actions, so you can make it do any free movement you want it to do. You can make it say random things and move its arm or move its body or something, or make it take a step forward and then back, or you can make it do 12 dances on one personality, or you can make it say 12 sayings but no dance. It's fun. Most people don't use the technology on RS Media. I look on YouTube and they're all from years ago and nobody uses them anymore. They are hard to find. They want $2,000 for them brand new in the box, and used they're selling for nearly $600. That's not cool. I mean, I have 4 of them, and a lot of their parts are really, really broken. And after 2 minutes of not seeing or hearing a noise, it'll fall asleep. In free roam mode, if it doesn't hear a noise for 2 minutes, it'll fall asleep as well. But RS Media has a problem where even though there's no noise, he thinks he hears it, which prevents him from shutting off. So he'll just roam until his batteries are dead. As long as he hears something, he'll never ever shut off in free roam. He'll go until his batteries are dead. Or unless he hears too much sounds and he doesn't know where the noise is coming from, he'll automatically shut his hearing off. And then he'll finish his roam and then go to sleep. But this RS Media if it doesn't hear a noise, it has to roam for 10 minutes and then it powers down. This one was made differently. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to roam for 2 minutes and fall asleep. This one, if it doesn't hear a sound, it roams for 10 minutes and powers down. But that's only if it doesn't hear a sound. That's a long time. So pretty much this one never, ever shuts off. But yeah, it can track, it can hear sounds.
Say what? Okay. Must be over there somewhere.
He's much better than the V2. He can actually identify it better. If he sees something, he'll stop. If he was holding something, usually he throws it. That's what the manual says. If he's holding an object, he'll throw it he'll look for you, and then once he finds it, he'll throw it at you or give it to you, depending on what he wants. It's pretty cool. It's really cool. I hardly ever use that though. But yeah, he does a lot of stuff. This would be a long review if I had to go over everything.
Arm mode.
I mean, here is where you just...
Releasing.
To be honest, I think RS Media is way easier to control than RoboSapien V2, since he has many more shift buttons, and his modes are categorized into different modes. His actions are categorized. So, like, I mean, I don't even need to look at the manual to control RS Media, because I know how to control him so much now that it's easier than V2 to me. Like...
May I assimilate that, please?
And then I just...
Object acquired.
Then I just make it throw it. See, it's... Oh.
And here's the pitch.
But his hands are crap, though, sadly. And he does everything V2 does do. He pushes things, he grabs things, he picks up things, he does everything he does. But that wasn't the point of RS Media. You're supposed to be able to take pictures with them and stuff.
Hey, good to see you.
Well, we wanted to see how far people would take programming into RS Media.
Thanks for all the batteries.
RS Media, let's see, I'll take a picture of him with him here. I'll show you browse. I mean, I'll show you more in this
Tracking
video.
and photographing human.
See, he can track you and he'll try to find you. See what? Let's see if he can find me. Oh, see? 2 seconds. There we go. There's the picture. It's cool. You can make it so that it doesn't track you when it takes a picture, though. But I think it's better that way. You can make it so it tries to take... That's the good thing about him. It said tracking and photographing human. That means he's going to look for a human-colored object and take a picture of it. He's not going to walk around and find it, sadly. But you can put him in free roam mode and have him video record the whole time. You can do that. Or take pictures. Create macros so he walks around and takes pictures every couple of seconds where he'll look up or something. It would be much more intelligent than his normal free roam, because normal free roam he doesn't act intelligent, he just walks. It's better when they make him walk and look around and then walk again. But he didn't have to track and photograph human. He could have done that with a blue object. He could have tried to find a blue object to track and take a picture of, or a green object, any of the colors that he can identify. See, RS Media is pretty cool. And again, yes, he can video record. I think you got that idea after seeing the pictures. I don't think I need to show that. Voice record, I mean, it's fun. I just wish he had better hands so he could do more with them. You gotta be careful with them though. They can break easily. I mean, look, the fingers are easily broken on them. Their parts break pretty easily. Their mechanics are cheaply made. Their mechanics on the inside is exactly the same as V2. They're not any different on the inside. They've just got a bigger circuit board, that's all. But yeah, there's so much more to go over if I wanted to. I mean, he can give you stuff. Drops, throws, again, everything he does. But WoWie wants to made him to be programmed, make your own personality, make him do things that you thought you couldn't make him do. There are people who made different softwares for him to make him more intelligent. That Life AI software is pretty cool. I will probably put that back in it and test it again. I have to keep deleting it though if I want to use its default personalities and stuff. So yeah, you get the idea.
Okay.
I mean, he can interact with V2, RS Media, Raptor, Roboreptile, Robopet. I wish they would have made him interact with RoboQuad, but RoboQuad was made right after him. He was the 6th robot made from WoWie. I'm not counting Megabyte though. He was the 6th robot after RoboSapien. And then RoboQuad was the 7th robot. I wish they would have made him, but they didn't make RoboQuad yet, that's why. Or otherwise, I'm sure he would have. But yeah, he interacts with Roboraptor. And I'll be posting videos on here of him doing that in all of his personalities, if you want me to.
Hey, I know you. Nice suit.
That was RS Media interaction. Oh yeah, the control panels. You can control an arm individually. See it. Either way, no matter what, you're gonna move both arms if you hold the shift buttons, no matter what. I forgot to show you how to move them in control mode.
Media mode. Control mode.
See, right now when you're not holding shifts, it just moves his head and body.
Action cancel.
Select makes him reset position.
Affirmative.
Okay. Also, left, when you hold left, and this side, this will control his body as well, without moving its head. Of course, he can't move as fast as V2 can when you control him like that. He reads slower since he's so packed with technology. He's much slower at receiving commands than V2 was. And this other side, left, this will make him look around. And left, it'll move his body thrash. Both makes him move both arms again. And yet he's got body cons and stuff. This is what a body con is. Anything that...
Who's cool? Everybody who's cool, raise their hand.
The body cons are... The body cons are random actions that you can make them do anything you want. Anything. You know, it doesn't have to be anything specific. The body cons are the free actions you want him to do. It makes it better for interactions and stuff. Like, it's like V2 when he farts and stuff. You can make an Iris Media fart and stuff. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'll show you a little bit of his free roam here.
Let's boogie. Excuse me. Obstacle detected.
Of course, every personality will never ever say the same thing. Every personality will say a different saying for every single button and command. No personality is going to say the same thing. So that's a good thing. You don't run out of sayings. So if one personality gets annoying, just switch to the next one. That's the good thing.
Reverting to user control.
So that was a little clip. I'll show you his media mode.
Media mode.
See photos. You can browse and look at all the photos that you've taken. If you go into the photo, see it's got quite a few pictures. You can click on them and make them full screen. See, you can delete photos. Take a photo options. You can make a slideshow, a photo timer. It's 2 seconds. You see right now it's off. 10 seconds. I mean, it's pretty cool. This is a cool robot.
Action canceled.
This is why they're so expensive, but yet they need to look at the quality that we have here. That it's a breakable robot, that it's plastic. They shouldn't forget that it can break if care is not taken. That's why it shouldn't be more than $300. Video recording, you know, browse, delete, take video, you know. You can make a 10-minute video.
Stop.
A 10-minute video is the limit, but as long as you have free space, you can make as many 10-minute videos as you want.
Stop.
You can make a small little video memo that's 10 seconds long. Personalities, where you can each personality. This is where you see the body cons, the audition folder. Where if your personality doesn't have body cons, then there's going to be nothing in the folder, because that means you haven't programmed body cons on your personality that you made.
Action cancelled.
And in the personality folder, this is all the personalities you have on there. See, I have a lot. I'll show you those a little bit later.
Stopped.
I want to show you more. Games. He has 3 games. I deleted them all, though. They're not cool types of games. They're just avoiding things. They're the old games, old kind of games. Options. This is where you go to settings and stuff. USB mode, where you plug in the USB to the computer, and then you start the program. But like I said, it's best to use the SD card, because the USB cable can, if you're programming it directly from Iris Media, the USB can come loose and he'll disconnect, and then you'll have a problem with his storage. It'll mess him up eternally. On the SD card, it won't do that. Volume, you can adjust the volume. Volume. There you go.
Stopped.
Oops. Yeah, when you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Bass, tremble for like when you play music. But like I said, the music folder really won't.
Cancelled.
If after you, since I had like 100 songs on this card, and it ruined all 4 of my Iris Media's music player. So now it can only play music if I plug in the MP3, not from his SD card. The weird thing about Iris Media is that if you were to put music on the SD card